So gymnastics can be quite a complex sport. Can you walk us through the process from preliminary right through to finals, Jarrod?
Sure. So the gymnasts will do a set routine as their first routine, which is 10 skills, and they're judged purely on performance and their height. In the second round, it's the voluntary routine where they're judged on their height and their performance and also a degree of difficulty. And then in the next routine, if they make it to the finals, then they're judged on another voluntary routine.
And that's their chance to shine.
That is their chance to shine.
So you've also got the scoring, which has a few elements involved. Can you walk us through how that comes together?
Sure. So there's 5 judges and they all do a score out of 10. And then from that score, there's the highest and the lowest that are dropped off. That's added to the difficulty, and then that's added to the time of flight, and that gives them their total score.
Wow, and hopefully a score that'll win them first place.
Absolutely.
Like the girls are demonstrating
a
beautiful routine in the background now. So this is the synchronised trampolining, specifically the under 11 men's synchronised trampoline, with Thomas Leckie and Alex DeVos from CYC.
So the boys have started, this is their first routine, their set routine. They're combining a number of skills, and it's about not only how the boys look, but also how the boys are able to stay in synchronisation in time with each other. Every time they're out a little bit on the trampoline, they get a deduction.
Looks like they did pretty well. They placed first with an overall score of 92.8.
Yeah, a great effort for the boys for their first ever Victorian Championships.
Now we're looking at the under-13s women's synchronised trampoline. These girls are from CYC, Sarah Fennessy and Caitlin James.
This is the first time that these girls have synchroed together in Victorian Championships, and they're doing their set routine, and at the moment they're looking very strong. It's a nice solid routine, great form. Just Sarah's pushed it up a little bit there. Katie's dropped off. Last skill, just synchro at the end there, we've got back together. So you can see the start of the routine here. Lovely synchronisation. See them coming into the bed at the same time. There's no deduction at all there.
Good landing.
They'll be very happy with that routine.
Yeah, and so they should, Jarrod, placing first with 102.7. I'm here with Georgia McMahon and Emily O'Connor, our trampolining champions. How long have you been doing trampolining for?
I've been doing trampolining for 9 years now.
And I've been doing it for 9 years as well.
So I'm guessing you like the sport. What's your favourite aspect?
I love it. It's really good. The jumping, it's not too hard, it's not too easy. Training's really good. We have really good coaches. So.
Excellent.
My favourite would probably be the places we get to visit to compete, and we meet heaps of new people from other countries, and it's just really cool. And we're just a little family here, so I love it.
Excellent. It sounds like a lot of fun, but I'm sure there's a bit of competition, so talk me through your goals.
Yep, so one of my goals would be to hopefully make it into the Australian team for Bulgaria next year at the World Championships.
Mine would be making the senior team for the World Championships next year in Bulgaria as well.
Yeah. Wow, some huge goals ahead of you. Can you talk me through what it would take to get there?
Yeah, definitely a lot of hard training, and we have to qualify for the national championships next year. So.
Okay, and what's that process?
So first we have to go to nationals and we have to get a score, and then we have to go to another qualifier, which hopefully if you do well you'll get into the World Championships. Excellent.
Well, I look forward to seeing both of you at the World Championships. All the best.
Thank you.
MSAC is one of Victoria's premier sporting venues. This weekend, Gymnastics Victoria is hosting the Acrobatics Gymnastics 2012 Victorian Championships, State Pennant and Auscheer Showdown.
We're here at the 2012 Acrobatic Gymnastics Victorian Championships and State Pennant held at MSAC in Albert Park. This is Level 1 trio, Isabel Sarker, Joshua Robinson and Hayley Cramp.
Trio performing their balance routine here for us. Stop climbing up to her position. She needs to hold that for 3 seconds.
You can see she's doing a bit of counting there.
It's an individual element, front support over to rear support. Needs to be held by all 3 athletes for 2 seconds. The artistry here in the lower levels, the judges will be looking for something that's simple and clean, and for the athletes to be in time with each other as well as working with the music. The second pyramid there.
We've got the level 4 mixed pair, Blake Treble and Molly Harvey Yin. Now, they get an actual score at the higher levels. What level does that start at?
Level 4 is the first level where the scores are displayed.
And what's the reason for that?
The reason for that is just to encourage participation in the sport. The lower levels, the emphasis is more on getting competition experience, performing and learning routines and skills and working with each other so that they can develop and hopefully compete at higher levels after they've got a little bit of experience in the lower levels. So the backbird balance here. Good stability. The judges will be checking to make sure that Blake's not taking any steps down the bottom there.
They've got a first place with a score of 50.8.
Fantastic work, guys.
This is level 4, women's pair, Stacey Reaper and Tori Smith.
Pair performing a handstand skill first up. The base can assist the top into that handstand position, but then the top must hold the handstand by herself for 3 seconds.
So you've got the base and the top. What's the difference between the two?
The top will always be on the top of the pyramids. In balance routine, the top will be holding a static position. In some of the higher levels, they might hold one static position and then transition to another static position. And in dynamic, the top will perform salt and twist elements in the air before being caught either on the ground assisted by the base, or they make a catch back onto the base. The base's job is to support the top in the balance positions. In higher levels, the base may hold one position for 3 seconds and then transition themselves into another position as well.
Do you have to be the stronger one of the two to be the base, or how is it chosen?
Definitely the base will be the stronger of the two. The top obviously has to be smaller and lighter than the base. The base needs to have a lot of strength and generally is more experienced athlete than the top, mainly for safety reasons.
They came in first place with a score of 45.866. This is level 2 trio, Ellie Murphy, Madeline Cajades and Jacqueline Siem.
The first balance there, girls doing quite well.
So you've got a balanced routine and a dynamic routine. What's the difference between the two?
The difference between the two will be based on the skills that are performed within the routine. So both routines will go for the same amount of time, but your balance routine will consist of skills which are static positions. Each will be held for either 2 to 3 seconds depending on the skill. In higher levels there may be some transition moves, but basically all the moves will be static holds. In dynamic routine you will see each athlete perform some tumbling in there, and also these group elements will be flight and twisting and salt moves.
Up next, Jasmine Mika shares her passion for acrobatics. We also catch up with some of her young champions that recently performed at the Nationals, and stay tuned for the cheerleading highlights and awards.